Someone asked me the other day what my dream job was, and I sat there for a second, really thinking about it, and I realized I don't have one. It sounds like a joke, but I'm actually being completely serious. From the time we were 5 years old, the very first question adults ask us is, what do you want to be when you grow up? And we're conditioned to answer with a job title, either an astronaut, a doctor, a YouTuber, a software engineer. We're taught from day one to tie our entire identity, our entire purpose for existing on this planet, to how we're going to generate income when we get older. And I think that single question has ruined so many people's mental health. We grew up, we went to school, we got told to pick a major or pick a trade, and we were sold this massive lie. What if you find a job you love? You'll never work a day in your life. That is the biggest scam of our generation. If you take something you love doing, something you're deeply passionate about, and you force it to pay your rent, to buy you groceries, and fund your survival, you're going to end up resenting it. Because the second your passion becomes your boss, it stops being an escape and it starts being an obligation. I know so many people right now who are having a total identity crisis because they are in their 20s or 30s. They're working a normal, average job and they feel like they're failing at life because they aren't passionate about sending emails or filling out spreadsheets. They scroll on social media and see some 22-year-old influencer claiming they are living their dream by monetizing their morning routine. And suddenly that normal average job feels like a prison sentence. But here's a brutally honest truth that nobody tells us when you're graduating. You're allowed to just have a job that pays the bills. You do not have to be in love with your employer. You do not have to have a calling. A job is simply a transaction. You're trading a portion of your time on this earth in exchange for currency. That's it. It's not your identity. It's not your soul. It is just the financial engine that funds your actual life. If you were a completely boring, mundane job from 9 to 5, but it pays you enough to clock out, go home, and be an amazing friend, a great partner, or just someone who has the time to play video games and sleep 8 hours at night, you are incredibly successful. We have to stop romanticizing the grind. We have to stop acting like being an employee is a personality trait. If you're watching this on your lunch break right now, or maybe you just got off a really long shift and your feet hurt and you're just laying in your bed, I want you to mentally detach from whatever happened at work today. Maybe you messed up a project, maybe your manager was riding your back, maybe you're looking at your bank account and feeling like you aren't moving up the ladder fast enough. None of that dictates your worth as a human being. The corporate world is designed to make you feel like everything is an absolute emergency. That if this one report doesn't go out, the world is going to end. But it's not. It's just paperwork. It's just a shift. 50 years from now, nobody's going to stand at your funeral and talk about how efficiently you answer your emails. Nobody's going to talk about your quarterly performance reviews. They're going to talk about how you made them feel. They're going to talk about the jokes you told, the trips you took, the way you showed up for them when they needed you. That is your actual life. Everything else is just background noise. I think that's why I like sitting here playing these games and why you probably like watching them. It's low stakes. It doesn't matter. It's just shapes moving on a screen. It's one of the few times in the day where we aren't being evaluated or judged. We're expected to produce something of value for somebody else. We're just existing, and existing is enough. You don't constantly have to be earning your right to take up space. I see so many guys absolutely burning themselves out, working 60 hours a week, starting side hustles, investing in some crypto coin, trying to build a personal brand, just grinding themselves down to dust because they think that once they hit a certain tax bracket, they will finally be allowed to relax. But the finish line just keeps moving. Once you make the money, once you maintain the money, once you get the promotion, you have more responsibility, which means more stress, which means less time to actually enjoy the things you were supposedly working so hard to get there in the first place. It's okay to step off the treadmill. It is perfectly okay to look at a promotion and say, you know what? I like the free time I have right now more than I would like the extra money. Protecting your peace is the biggest flex you can have as an adult. I'm playing this cycle deck right now, and it's a perfect metaphor. If you play this deck, you're constantly tapping the screen, constantly deploying troops, constant action, constant stress, trying to outpace the opponent. Sometimes life feels exactly like this. You're just cycling through the days, trying to keep your head above water, dealing with one problem just so you can immediately deal with the next one. But unlike this game, you can actually pause real life. You can call a timeout. You can say no to things. Whatever you did today, it was enough. Even if all you did was survive a really bad mental health day and keep yourself alive, that is enough. You're not your job title, you're not your productivity, you're not your bank account balance. You're the music you listen to, you're the way you laugh at stupid jokes. You're that friend who texts back to make sure people got home safe. Never let a corporation or a hustle culture algorithm convince you that those things aren't valuable. Well, I'm going to log off for the night, bro. If you feel like it, drop a comment. But don't tell me what you do for a living. Tell me what you do for fun. Tell me what actually makes you feel like yourself. Get some sleep tonight. Be proud of the fact that you made it through another day today. I'll catch you on the next one, okay, bro? Take it easy.